Hello there, welcome back to the channel. So here in my low-level Boom Beach account, today we have Dr. T Volcano Island archipelago, and I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. Actually, I thought I was recording, and for some reason I didn't start the recording, so I already took down stage 1 of Dr. T. I'm using a very special crew combination. It's Rifleman, Grenadiers, and medics. My GRM combination, I think it's pretty good when you have low-level Grenadiers that cannot take on more than a couple of sniper tower hits, or when you have bases that have a lot of cannons and boom cannons and you want some meat shield in front of your Grenadiers. That's especially good when you don't have, also when the tanks are not high enough that they can take hits from boom cannons and cannons. Therefore, this combination works really well. It gives you the DPM punch of the Rifleman, but it also gives you the long range ability of pretty much destroying almost all defenses behind the front line using the Grenadiers. So I already took down on the first stage. Nothing really fancy. As you can see, Rifleman level 18, Grenadiers level 1, Everspark at level 6, and medics at level 4. Nothing really fancy here. I just landed and we're just having some fun. I'm just gonna do it in 2x because this one is pretty easy. You can do it any sort of way you want. But here I just landed those Grenadiers and I just let the Grenadiers sort of go wherever they wanted to go. Everspark, obviously, with her critters, gives that extra protection of the critters, distracting the boom cannons and sniper towers and cannons. And then after this, you know, well, I flare back. I want to have everybody there. And in reality, stage 1 shouldn't be that big of a problem for most of you guys. But if it is, you want to go on the right, farm all that stuff on the upper part, and then just go ahead and shock the defenses here on the upper part and just destroy. The rest of the defenses do not have any sort of range on you. I just decided to kill as much as I can. In reality, it was not needed. So that was stage 1, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and do stage 2 through whatever we can take. Let's do it live while we are recording this. So looking at this, there's machine guns, there is flamethrowers. In reality, you don't need the Rifleman on this attack. I'm still gonna deploy them, and because I have the Rifleman, I'm gonna go actually on the right side. If you were to do only GRM, only Grenadiers and medics, you might want to go on the left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna land Everspark. Everspark is pretty good at farming while you get to their location. So you see, I just released her there, and I'm just gonna let her release the first set of critters and just flare to the position that I want her to be at the very end. And those critters are gonna do the job for me. She's gonna release 3 critters about every 6 seconds, and that's gonna be plenty good to get me a lot of GBE. So once Everspark gets to that point, then I release every other troop on the landing party. And then from here, I just go ahead and do the traditional thing. I'm gonna let them, and I'm gonna flare into that corner, and I'm gonna let them spread out. Those defenses are not too nasty, so my medic should be able to sort of keep up with the damage of the mortar, keep up with the damage of the rocket launcher, especially having Everspark's critters on the front. And I want to apologize. A vacuum is they're vacuuming on the other room, so if you can sort of hear the hum, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you will not be able to hear it, but if you do, my apologies. So as you can see, critters and Rifleman, this is just, it's just too much. Those sniper towers had no other choice to just fall down and die because the damage per second of those Riflemen, it's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go now to stage number 3. Using the same troop combination. All right, let's go to stage number 3. All right, so there's a bunch of defenses here in the front. You don't have to waste your time. My recommendation will still be go on the right and above. Always try to counter what's going to counter your troops. Always try to do that because that way you're going to be in a much better position. I'm still going to go ahead and farm. Let Everspark farm as much as she can on that corner. All right, now I'm going to just flare back. We call everybody back. and I don't have to worry about those defenses or those economy buildings in the front of the base, because Everspark critters are gonna do it for me. So I can just start going up on the upper part. And so right now I know my medics can heal out the damage of that long rocket launcher on the top. But if that's something that worries you, go ahead and GBE it out. My GBE is pretty high, so this is an HQ17, and I think my barrage is at level 13. So just take that into consideration, please. It's gonna take you more than a couple to get rid of that rocket launcher, but please do. There's another rocket launcher, so I'm gonna get rid of it using my actual troops. And there we go. That one just fell down, and critters and riflemen are gonna provide a nice little barrier against that boom cannon. Any sort of boom cannon that is touching the HQ, it's gonna have range on your grenadiers. If you have one or more spaces in between your HQ, if you go opposite to that boom cannon, you'll be able to outrange that boom cannon. He's not going to be able to hit your grenadiers. In those cases, maybe not bringing riflemen might be a good idea. However, do take into consideration when you're using this combination that your medics are going to follow the troops or get hit. And most likely those troops are going to be the riflemen. Therefore, if you're running very, very low riflemen and they're still getting hit and not killed, just hit, your medics are going to be in front of your grenadiers. Therefore, what's going to end up happening is that once your riflemen all die, your medics are going to be in front of your grenadiers, and they're going to be the ones taking fire from boom cannons or cannon or whatever that may be, and that may essentially endanger your raid. So far so good. We are at stage number 4. Let's take a look at what Dr. T has in store for us. This time, we're gonna go straight to the meat. The good thing about let me see. Okay. So the good thing about riflemen or about grenadiers is that they are ranged machine guns. We can pretty much clear everything here with our grenadiers. The only problem is going to be that boom cannon. So in this particular case, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to destroy this boom cannon with GBE. That's going to allow us to just pound those machine guns with the grenadiers and not have to worry about losing our riflemen to them. We can still do it, but I would strongly recommend just doing it this way. The only problem might be that we may run out of time. So you have to monitor the health of those machine guns. And it seems that, we're going to take them in a reasonable amount of time. We'll still have to make our way to the top. But right now, once we destroy that first and second and third machine gun in the front line, I think just about now, I'm going to land my riflemen. My riflemen are going to head up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shock. And what this is going to allow us to do is just bypass, gain that extra little bit of damage per second. Again, the boom cannon is looking at the rifleman. It's looking at the critters, so they're not looking at us in any case. Right now, we're getting hit from both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and shock and reflare everybody here to this corner. That way, we don't have to sort of worry about them. And then from here, it's going to be easy peasy. Riflemen are again taking fire. If you want to protect them, there's no, there's no shame in actually trying to shield them a little bit to minimize your losses if that's something that you're interested in. But here we go. Once I clear that machine gun, once I clear that, I'm just going to go ahead and flare back. Remember to smoke in your troops. It's important you do, because right now those medics are actually in the line of fire. They're going to be targeted by that boom cannon if they're in range. But this base should be falling down in a few more seconds, and presto. We ended up losing about 11 and about 7 riflemen on this attack. So 18 total riflemen. Not a bad deal. considering that Rifleman loads so fast. It takes a minute per Rifleman. They're the cheapest troop on the game. And if you have endless reserve, then it really doesn't matter what you lose, because you'll be able to then load instantly your landing crafts. All right, on this one, it's gonna be sort of the same thing. We have two options. We can go the long way around and farm a lot of GBE. Now, we're going to have to take care with this flamethrower and machine gun because they're going to decimate our troops. But I think with the stuff that we gain by going this way, we'll be more than okay. We can also farm these two mortars. There's a lot of stuff that we can farm, so I'm actually going to head up that way. I'm going to check the range of this rocket launch or this shock launcher. He will not have any range on our troops. However, this rocket launcher will. So we need to sort of work our way slowly through that. So let's go ahead and land our troops. And this time, I'm not going to lollygag around. I'm just going to land everybody. Here we go. Medics should heal those mortars pretty easily. Should not be a problem for us to get rid of them. Perfect. Now I'm just going to flare here to the top, hoping that the critters... Yeah, the critters are going to clear that side. The critters should clear the rest of the sides. And then from here, it's just a matter of pushing forward. Again, you need to pay attention to those mortars. Those mortars are actually pretty nasty if you look at them. They're able to do about, I want to say, a third of the health and damage on my Rifleman. So we actually need to be really, really careful about that. And that flare that I just did was horrible. It was way too far back. There we go, there we go. Medics are doing work. And actually that initial shock was too early too. Should have not wasted a shock that early on the game. Oh no, we lost a bunch of Riflemen there. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and flare here to the top. Shock. I didn't flare to the top. I don't know what happened. We're going to go ahead and release some more critters. So I did a couple of mistakes here. I flared too close and too early. I still have a few Riflemen left, so I should be protected against most of those one-shot defenses that I have on the bottom. But I still have enough to shock, so I'm just going to keep shocking. Keep shocking as much as I can. That's it. There's only a few one-shot defenses left. And we should be okay against those. Especially having Everspark critters and our Riflemen in the front line defending our troops. You want to keep them alive. Again, like I said, there's no shame in actually shocking those one-shot defenses. Especially when you're running really, really low. Alright, so at this point, once I clear that boom cannon, that is going to be my cue to flare back. I'm going to flare back. That's going to allow Everspark to produce critters. Those cannons have no range on our Riflemen, so we should be okay. And you see what I was talking about. Those medics are actually in between the Grenadiers and the Riflemen. So if you're actually going to get, if your Riflemen are going to get hit and slowly killed, then what's going to end up happening is that the medics are going to end up in the front. And if you had a boom cannon right next to the HQ, you better pray that your Grenadiers take him out quickly, because otherwise you're going to end up losing the attack. So we have 44 GBE. I'm going to use it on the HQ. I just sent all the artilleries that I could, 4 artilleries, and that should accelerate the demise of Dr. T stage number 5. And that is it, guys. Stage number 5 falls down. No losses on the Grenadiers, no losses on the medics, and that is what you want to do. You want to avoid having losses on the troop that has the longest amount of time for reload. Especially again if you don't have the endless reserve option. Alright, let's take a look at stage number 6. I'm going to reload. We most likely will need to reshuffle our landing crafts in terms of the loadout. Yikes, that is a lot. And when I mean a lot, that is a lot of rocket launchers, guys. Obviously, We don't want to have Rifleman on this attack because they're just going to get pounded. And they're not going to be able to survive the insane number of rocket launchers that we have. But luckily, most of those rocket launchers are actually touching each other. So we can think about how we want to deal with this. We can do, let me think about this, guys. Let me think about this. If we want to use Grenadier still, I think our best option is going to be to add tanks, to add a boat of tanks. Actually, no. Wow, this is interesting, guys. I'm not sure what to do in order to try to attempt this one with the Grenadiers. The reason I say that is we have the boom cannons here in the front, and we have all these rocket launchers. We are able to heal. How much healing power do we have? Let's go back. Let's go back and check. So we have our medics heal at 23 heals per second. We know that there's a bug with the medics, so let's say that they heal at 20 and we have 8 of them. So we can heal 160 damage per second. That means that connection lost. That means that on the worst case scenario, in the best case scenario, we can heal how many of those rocket launchers? 4? 2? 3? I'm not sure. Let's go. Let's go and check. 30. So that's what? 30, 43. So we can essentially heal 4 rocket launchers, maybe 3. We can heal 3 of the rocket launchers at the same time. But look at this, guys. We have a bunch, and when I mean a bunch, we have a bunch of mortars. So how are we gonna do this? Hookah might be a better solution. So I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna switch the Rifleman for maybe heavies. Bring Everspark and then hope for the best. Maybe, yeah. So let's do this. Let's bring a boat. Let's bring a boat here of Zookas. I'm gonna bring a boat of Zookas. And I'm gonna bring these 2 boats of heavies. I think that's gonna be the key. So then, like I said, we need to counter what counters our troops. And that's gonna be heavies. We need to keep our heavies alive. So we need to look at this these cannons right here and just go ahead and get rid of them. So we'll get rid of this one. We'll get rid of that one, hopefully. And we'll have to shock these 2 right here. So let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's happened. So let's drop a barrage right here. One and 2. Oh, it required 3. All right, 3. We still have 47, 53 energy left. Let's go ahead and destroy 4 of those rocket launchers. I think that's a very, very good call. 1 and 2. Hopefully it's going to be 1 and 2. No, it wasn't. Yikes. Oh my God, guys. That's not going to be good. All right, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and land my heavies. Wait for them a second. Land my everybody else. And then just go ahead and shock. This is not going to be good, guys. This is not going to be good. Just dropping critters like crazy. Yeah, this stage is it's terrible right now. My guys are just shooting the stuff that they shouldn't be shooting. My heavies are gone. I'll need to rethink this. I'll need to rethink this because this corner is not gonna be it. Looking at this, actually, the upper right corner is looking a lot much better. Maybe with Rifleman Zooka. Let me take a look at that again. All right, so let me look. If I go on this corner and destroy this rocket launcher, then I only have to worry about 1, 2, 3 at the very, very end. I can then destroy this too. Huh. All right. let me try it this way. Let's forget for a second about the heavies. Let's bring one boat of riflemen. Let's bring one boat of riflemen. All the grenadiers that we can bring. So we can bring 4 boats and a boat of medics. So now we have 2 boats of medics, 4 of grenadiers, and 1 of riflemen. We'll still bring Everspark. So let's give it a try this way. The only problem is we might run out of time to get this one. But we'll definitely try our best to get it. So I'm not going to waste time barraging right off the bat because I know what's going to happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send everybody except the rifleman. I'm not going to send the rifleman right away. And I'm going to send them right here. Let me send Everspark here so that you can farm that. And now that I know that my guys are going to be safe, 1, 2, 3, 1 artillery. There we go. I think that was a little bit of overkill, but I think we should be okay now. Okay, why is Everspark going that way? And so we're wasting time actually trying to kill those flamethrowers from afar. That is not good. Alright, so once I clear those flamethrowers, that's going to be my cue. I'm going to release my riflemen now. I'm going to let them sort of go there. By the time they get to the flag and start sort of going like crazy, I'm going to now flare. I have enough GBE now that I'm going to go ahead and destroy... I'm going to go ahead and destroy this rocket launcher down on the bottom. 1, 2. And 1 barrage. Oh, we're losing grenadiers. I didn't see that. Jeez, my rifleman didn't make it in time, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. So I know we can deal with 2. I know we can deal with 2. Oh, but we cannot deal with a flamethrower. We cannot deal with a flamethrower. Oh my god. So we could deal. We could have dealt with the flamethrower. Sorry, we can deal with the rocket launcher, but not with the flamethrower. And we lost a bunch of our troops, guys. Damn. I didn't see that. That sort of cost me right there. Looking at this, this is pretty doable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and retreat. Save my gold, and then once I retreat, I'm gonna reload. Do the same thing, but be a little bit less sloppy than I was from before. We just need to be a little bit less sloppy in the way that we did this. To be honest, maybe having Everspark with the hacking ability will be better. So let's try that one. I'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'll call it quits. But I think this combination is going to work for this. I think so. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everspark right here. And send everybody to here. Alright, and then do 1, 2 on a barrage. And then another barrage right here. One artillery. So here's gonna be the trick. Once Everspark gets there, I'm gonna go ahead and hack. There we go. Then I don't have to worry about that one. I just have to worry about one of the flamethrowers. That sniper tower should kill that flamethrower, and it doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to do it. Oh my gosh, what? Why is that flamethrower still alive? I am not completely sure. I lost all my riflemen, guys. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm just better served by having no riflemen. Because trying to keep those riflemen and trying to deal with those flamethrowers is just horrible. So instead of having Everspark and hoping that her critter ability is going to be enough. Yeah. So I'm not going to try this again, but I think you get the idea. Maybe having hookah. I mean, hookah already tried hookah on the bottom. Maybe having hookah on the top might be a little bit better. But I'm not sure, guys. All those flamethrowers are just hyper nasty to us. Let's try it with RCCM. I know I'm pretty good at RCCM, so I'm gonna try that. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll call it quits. There's a few more seconds, guys, so we can do the retreat, and when we can do that one. My apologies for the extended video on this one. It's just I want to try to get it, but sometimes you cannot avoid it. So critters, let's try with Dr. Kevin. Ice Wind, second wind to produce more riflemen might be a good idea, or maybe having the healing critters. I'm gonna try with the healing critters, see what happens. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's try this. I'm gonna go ahead and land. Forget about that box in the initial. I'm gonna count to 5. And then release everybody else. That should be good enough. Hopefully those Zookas are going to be able to outrange those flamethrowers. I'm not looking at them right now. And if I'm not looking at them right now, that's going to be pretty nasty if they're able to shoot at us. No, yeah, they're shooting at us. Are we going to be able to heal that damage? Yes, we were. A shock right here. Let's send some critters to heal now that we're going to have a bunch of stuff hitting us at the same time. Come on, guys. Let's go. You can do this. All right, here we go. Let's heal here on this. What? No! Well, guys, it was nice knowing you. Oh, no. It worked. I sort of flare on the wrong spot. That was kind of bad flare. And there's a shock launcher right there that I did not anticipate or did not see. Let's try to see if we can do it. 4 shock. Yes! That flamethrower on the bottom is just wrecking my Zookas from the side. And we have a flamethrower, guys. This is not going to work. Stage number 6 is just too plain hard for us today. We have another shock one down there, and we're done, guys. So I'm going to have to stop it right here. I fell terribly at level 6, or stage 6 of Dr. T. I tried 3 times. Obviously could not get it. You just saw what happened. Hopefully you're able to do something different. Maybe with warriors could be a good option if you have the damage output for the warriors. Actually, I do have the damage output for the warriors. Maybe I'm gonna try it, and then if I fail, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna even say goodbye. I'm just gonna cut the video. So let me load warriors, wood brick, and see what happens, guys. Because I think we might be able to get it that way. All right. We need 1 more boat. There we go. Bring Sergeant Brick. Yeah. And I try, guys. If I fail, I'm just gonna say bye. So I'm gonna start saying my goodbye. So thank you again for all the support, guys. We reached 1,300 subscribers yesterday. You guys are the best. So thank you again for all the support. It's really amazing. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Break everybody else. Cover her because we don't want Break to die. Go here. Wait for her to come in. Flare to the ground. Come on, Break. Make it there. Make it there. We need you to make it there. So this is definitely one of the ways, but my guys do not have the damage per second to take on this base. Some people say that having the ice shield might be a lot better. I completely disagree. Dr. Command's ice shield with the warriors do not give you anything. Like I said, I'd rather take out a base in 4 seconds than in taking it in half of that time, or taking it in 4 seconds rather than 6, and then exposing my troops to more fire. But obviously that didn't work, so I tried 4 different ways. None of them worked. Stage number 6, overpowered. So in any case, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and so checking out. Later.